This episode is proudly brought to you by the members of the You Run Podcast Network. All shows can be found at yourunpodcast.com, so go and find your new podcast addiction today. Fucking twat. Try that again. Fucking didn't hit the right button. In fact, fuck it. We'll leave it in. Hi, everyone.
You want to die tonight?
The dad jokes he tells sets the scene. I hang on every word lost in the screen. The passion for fear is contagious enough. You make me believe in Mark's overblown roundups. You run podcasts or a movie review, unveiling facts and playing games too. Your words paint pictures of darkness and dread, leaving me grinning long after I fled. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
I'm finding new inventive ways to get around copyright infringement. Hello and welcome to the You Run Podcast Horror Movie Review, the show where you pick the movies every single week and we talk about them for you. My name is Scott.
My name is Mark.
And welcome to Balls to the Walls month, the month where we're going to cover all the stuff that podcasts don't cover for very good reasons. November is the month after all of our seasonal listeners have left. And those of you who have decided to stick around, we decided, unlike a toxic relationship, we wouldn't lure you in with being professional. We would just reveal our true selves, which is the massive fuck up at the beginning and then the calamity that is going to be this entire month. We start each review the same way. We give you a brief overview. We then talk about the movie in a whirlwind sort of way with all of our likes, dislikes, and we spoil everything along the way. Later in the show, we're going to do Caption This. We're going to do the game that just never, ever, ever ends. However, we have some guesses today, so maybe it does.
Sweet.
This is going to be a great episode. Like, it really, really is. And I don't know, like, this goes back to the beginning of the show. It is like part of our soul now, this franchise.
Yeah. It's been a journey, man. It's been a fucking journey. I mean, what is this, 6? The last one?
Yeah, 6, the very final one.
It's crazy. I always thought there was more than this.
Yeah, there's not. The character goes off and does other stuff in other franchises, but yeah, this is the end.
So we will see him again at some point.
Finn Shepherd will return at some point on the show, just not for a while. Today, we look at a conclusion of a franchise that has given us ups, downs, chainsaws, space travel, laughs, tears, anger, frustration, pretty much everything. This time, Finn Shepherd is transported back through time to stop the very first Sharknado. On his travels, he's reunited with many, many, many dead cast members. And Gil, the time-traveling superhero subplot develops. Expect, well, very much what you'd expect. Nods to Back to the Future in every time period you could possibly anticipate, with some truly disgraceful effects, some dialogue that is written by someone who's never had a conversation with a living human being ever. So for one more spin, it's Sharknado. It's about time.
Sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads.
I'm going to be honest with you, mate. This blew my mind. I mean, I just didn't even know what was happening the first time I put this on. I was like, dude, I'm so confused. And then I think because they've all just sort of melded into one, I'd kind of forgotten the ending of part 5.
Yeah, so at the end of part 5, there's a cameo from Dolph Lundgren.
Yes.
Who picks him up, and then they couldn't. He saves him in the time traveling truck where the wheels flip underneath, and he flies off like the DeLorean.
Everyone's dead at this point, isn't it? And the world's just it's an apocalypse.
Yeah, the world has ended, and he's saved him. And then in this, when they sort of come through the time portal, and Finn turns around, it's not Dolph Lundgren. I'm like, Dolph didn't want to come back.
No, he didn't want to come back, did he? No, and they had to write around it.
They wrote around it brilliant. He's like,
Yeah, they did.
yes, I'm a different Gil now because like you can only go back once, so that was a different Gil.
Well, no, he
I'm
wasn't
Gil.
even there at all, was he? We never saw that.
Oh no, he was.
Gil again.
Yeah, it's later on where we get the Gil. You can only travel back in time once, and then you work your way forward, and you can't go back again.
No, you can't go backwards. You can only go forwards.
This is the most, but like the opening of this, like that fucking, like the best way I can describe this, it's Jurassic Park if they had £8 to make it. That's the quality of this Jurassic Park.
It is absolutely dreadful, man. Some of the worst effects I've ever seen. And do you know what? I actually liked it purely because it reminded me more of the earlier installments of the franchise. You know, I feel like by the time we got to the mid grounds, they were kind of getting all right with the effects work. And I'm like,
yeah,
the better this is getting, the less I'm enjoying it. It's not funny when it's good.
yeah, and like there's a bit where he's sort of caught in this stampede. He wrestles his bag off of a velociraptor. Like everything goes off the cliff. Him confronted by a T-Rex and just no fear. Just
Who squares up against a T-Rex? I'm like, okay, let's do this. I'm like, what are you even talking about?
And then he slides down his tail like Fred Flintstone.
Oh, man, yeah. I was thinking more Legolas from Return of the King when he did it, and I was in absolute hysterics. I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Honestly, the first 10 minutes, I was like, what the fuck is this?
It was just so jarring to me because I just couldn't remember how 5 had ended. Like, I had to ask you what the fuck was going on, and you had to be like, mate, I had to go back and watch 5. This is the context you need to understand where you are right now.
And it's the fact that throughout all of this, he's carrying April's head in a bag.
Yeah, which we don't find out till later on, which is a very weird subplot, by the way. And one thing I'm going to give this movie a lot of credit for, it's actually a really consistently credible storyline from start to finish. Considering how ludicrous it is and how wild it is and all of the different things that go on, it fucking makes sense, man.
Yeah, it does make sense from a story perspective if this is the story you're telling.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Like, and this is where we start getting the old characters introduced. You get Nova back, and I'm like, oh, brilliant, I know who she is. And then some random dude with a big, like,
Brian with his massive baseball bat. I had no idea who he was.
I remembered at the end he was like a guy who was in the bar in the first one for about a second.
No, because he dies in like the Met Stadium, which I don't think is till part 3. So he must have been a main player in part 3.
I don't remember him in 3.
No, well, when you get the flashback thing and he died, it was at like the Met Stadium before. Do you know? And Finn, is it Finn? Gil comes in and saves him just before he dies.
That must be 4 because 3 is set in Universal Studios with the roller
coaster. So it's one after that. So Brian's from the one after that.
Yeah, Brian's from the one that I absolutely hated.
Yes, which is probably why you don't remember him.
Yeah, and then we get the Sharknado. This is the worst looking Sharknado in the entire franchise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed. My favorite one was like the one with the lava. You know, when they were using elements of like nature and stuff to make them, that they were the coolest Sharknadoes.
We had Captain Planet Sharknadoes.
Yes, and they were fucking cool, man. I like that when it was like incorporating the sandstorms and then the lava tornado, and you had to use certain elements. Like you could only fight it with like electricity, or this one they just fight with like laser beams every time.
Well, they do fight it briefly on the back of a pterodactyl. This first one,
that was hilarious when it's like bopping its tail to knock shit in. Like I really liked the whole thing where they had to build velocity to time jump as well, and like
they use 88 miles an hour.
Yeah, man, and that was really, really fun, and all the different ways they were doing it. It's like the one with the carriage and blast off. There's a lot of cool ways that they get to 88 miles an hour to do it.
Yeah, and like the just sheer audacity of how badly they ripped off Back to the Future made me laugh throughout. There's so much where they're like, they literally just reference it. They're like,
yeah,
this happened in Back to the Future. We're going to say it because it's funny.
The whole scene with Tori Spelling as his mum and dad was just hilarious. As it couldn't have been more on the nose. This is exactly what we're doing here.
Yeah, we literally watched Back to the Future while writing this, and now we're doing this.
Yeah, exactly that.
What was your favourite time period they jumped into? I really, really, really liked when they went to medieval times. I thought that was fucking just so weird.
It was extremely weird. I didn't like the villainous person who was there, and I felt like I should have known who that was.
Yeah, I don't know who that was. The person who turned up and
You
went,
like to see a magic trick?
Yeah, that was annoying as fuck. It's like something from Drew Paul's Drag Race. It was just like really over the top and just annoying. Awesome to see Neil deGrasse Tyson as Merlin, though. That was fucking cool.
yeah.
Really like that. And I like that he pulled the sword from the stone inevitably, and it came out
it was
as
a chainsaw.
sword. I was like, yeah, okay. I don't expect anything less. I mean, my favorite time period though is the last one, the last destination, which is Planet of the Aprils. I thought that was fucking awesome.
Planet of the Aprils is ridiculous, and I want to save it because we go to the Wild West first.
Yes.
The Wild West is just the dumbest segment I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah, it was. I think the whole reason that they did it was because they were all working in a studio backlot, and it was like, what sets have we got to use?
Yeah, what sets have we got, and are we allowed to use them for an hour?
Yeah, I don't think it was written in any other way, this movie, other than, right, we're going to jump from here to here to here to here because we have this, this, and this.
And stupidly, set design of the Wild West actually looks pretty good.
I thought they all did in general, to be honest with you. Even, I mean, I tell you what, I did like the Benjamin Franklin one, and it's like the British are coming, and it's Offspring.
It's the British,
like, the most American rock band of the 90s, and it turns out they're playing the English.
And it is when they they go in and they sit with Ben Franklin. Ben Franklin's like, "Do you think I'll ever be remembered for anything but the kite?" And they're like, "No."
No.
No, you won't. And there's a weird subplot all the way through with Nova trying to save her grandfather.
Which is fucking awesome, man. And it went to levels that it didn't expect it to. By the time we got to it, I was like, okay, I can see what's going to happen here now. But all the way through, I was like, that's really, really well done. You know, the whole paradoxical situation of her causing her grandpa's death in the first place. I was like, yeah, amazing. That's why you don't fuck with time.
Yeah, I watched this with Lisa. Lisa's suffered the entire Sharknado franchise with us. And she was like, why the fuck does Finn get to fuck with time? And April gets to fuck with time. But when it's Nova, Finn's like, no, you can't do it because you're not the main character. I was like, yeah, it's kind of what it is.
That is exactly how it is. She doesn't have the right status to be able to make those decisions. But then again, Brian decides to fuck with time.
Yeah, Brian
with Hamilton tell him that he's going to be in a fucking musical soon.
He says in it's medieval times. He says in, isn't it?
No, he stays with Benjamin Franklin and Hamilton.
Oh, of course he does. Yeah,
yeah. Because then later on, he's on like $1 bill, and I'm like, why is Brian on the $1 bill?
It's just such a weird premise because they fight a Sharknado in every time. Mm-hmm. The one in medieval times, how do they destroy the medieval one? I know the one in Benjamin Franklin, they fire cannons at it.
Yeah, so the Benjamin Franklin one, they use sort of electricity, don't they? And it's like, if we all fire our cannons at exactly the same time, because he gives that big speech, mate. It's fucking brilliant. And he stands on top of the cannon like as if he's rallying the troops, and they all just stand there looking at him. He's like, just all fire at the same time. So they fire at the same time, and lightning strikes coincidentally, and then that's what kills the tornado. In the medieval times one, the pterodactyl does it.
Yeah, it does, because the pterodactyl's not dead, because we thought it died when it come through, but it didn't. It's fine.
Oh, was it? No, was it the pterodactyl, or was he just the one who threw them? Yeah, no, the pterodactyl didn't save it. They started firing water buckets into it because that wizard woman turned it into like fire sharks.
That's right.
and they started firing buckets of water into it, and apparently that put it out. Then as they're trying to time jump, they fling them off on another little catapult, and they're not going fast enough. And then Neil deGrasse Tyson comes in on the pterodactyl and like kicks it to get it up to speed.
His cameo, like for someone who is as intelligent as him, to do this, like I don't know how they convinced him.
I don't. I mean, at this point with these movies, I feel like it was like, right, this is the last one, guys. I know a lot of you have said you want to get killed by a shark in a Sharknado movie. It was quite a bit of a thing 10 years ago. If you're still interested, this is the last time we're doing it.
Yeah, the thing is that there's not many fucking sharks in this movie.
No.
Like,
I mean, there's still... I think the problem with it is, and I think this is why I dislike it. I don't dislike it, but this is where my interest depleted with this franchise as it went on. I hated the first movie because it was just taking itself too seriously, and then by the second and third, they sort of found their lane.
Yeah,
kind of, like for me, the second movie is still the best. I think that one's really, really funny because it's very grounded in terms of its setting and things like that. I know it's Sharknado's, but it's not ludicrous like these movies are at this point. And I think they've just become so fucking elaborate that it doesn't hold much entertainment because it's just so stupid. Unless you're in the right mood for it, which thankfully enough I was by the time I watched this movie. But I think that's why I can't remember the ending of part 5. I couldn't tell you which movie was part 4, and I know the only reason I remember part 3 is because that's your favorite because of where it's set.
Yeah, where it's set and the fact they killed Jedward and Chris Jericho on a roller coaster with sharks.
Yes, so I remember that.
Also, a shark goes down a water slide in a water park, and as it comes out the bottom of the slide, rips someone in half. Like that will live in my head. It falls out of the sky, lands on a swirly like water slide, goes round the water slide, and then eats someone. That is peak cinema.
Which is very, very cool. But again, it's because of the set location. Everything's still grounded in a way. As grounded as a Sharknado movie can be, realistic set locations, extremely ridiculous thing happening in it. When you get to 4 and 5, it just gets really stupid to the point where like, what is even happening? And I can't remember either of those movies. And we've covered them on the show fairly recently.
The most recent ones we've done, and they were the 2 worst. 5
they were the 2 worst, yeah.
Dreadful.
5 was awful. I remember being at that point like, oh, I'm fucking done with this franchise now. Like, this is actually like unbearable to sit here and go and watch and talk about.
This one brought it back for me.
Me too.
I enjoyed this a lot more. One thing I didn't enjoy, and it annoyed me, is where like Gil is going through time trying to find them. Yeah, and there's multiple times they can talk to Gil. And for anyone who's not seen these movies, Gil is Finn's son.
Yeah.
And Finn's like, no, I can't talk to him because if I talk to him now, he won't go back in time and get forward in time and get me and bring me back. So that conversation wouldn't happen. I'm like, don't.
No. That's not how they do it. I thought they handled it really, really well. That wasn't how they did it. They weren't saying that event would unfold. They were saying that if they interact with him, because he's searching, so Gil is searching for his parents, and he's constantly jumping forward and forward in time trying to find them after bringing them all back to the prehistoric age in the first place. But he's saying, because Neil deGrasse Tyson explains it to him, because he's like, they can see him riding out into the storm when they're in the medieval time, and he's like, no, if you interact with him now, he will stop looking. And if he stops looking, you're all going to be stuck here because he's found one. So that's what they're doing. That's why every single time they can see him slightly in the distance and he's just about to go in. And on a few of the occasions, they kind of aid him in doing it successfully enough, like in the Western one where they save him from being hanged and things like that, but they can't reveal to him who he is. It's like if he finds his parents, he'll stop time jumping forward and everybody will be stuck in that time period where they're at now. Which, if you think about it, doesn't hold a lot of logic because Finn also has a time travel machine. So if he just finds Gil, he could just take them all back to the present day.
And I love the fact the time machine has got the same design as the flux capacitor on the DeLorean.
Which is wild because he's got his badge is his time travel machine, but then By the time we've jumped like 3 or 4 different timelines, they find a proton pack. I
Yeah,
don't Is it called proton pack?
yeah, but pretty much.
It was what they call it, the flux capacitor. Um, proton packs fucking Ghostbusters. Yeah, so they get the flux capacitor thing, and they don't have that all the way through, but then for some reason, by the time we get to like the 4th time jump, they then rely on it. I'm like, you never had that on the other 4 or 5 jumps you've just made.
No, they genuinely didn't. I have issues with the multiple Aprils. Like not even when we get to Planet of the Aprils, which is fucking ridiculous with Sleeping Beauty April.
I
But
love
before
Planet of the Aprils.
the argument between real life April and robot head April
Yeah.
is the weirdest shit ever. She's like, "You said you'd never leave me, Finn, and you left me at the bottom of the ocean." I'm like, "The fuck? Like, you're a head, you're a robot. Like, tell her off."
So I like this in the sense that his attachment to April is his newfound attachment, because April died in like the 2nd or 3rd movie, did she not?
Yeah, she died really, really early on.
Really early on. And then his like 4-movie journey has been with Robot April. So he's been hiding around this head in the bag, which was what he was fighting the dinosaurs for in the first place. Until he finds actual April, which has been brought back from like part 2.
Yeah.
So for context, because it's really jarring, all the cast of characters in this movie are all brought back from different parts in the franchise. It's not like they're all there from the end of the last movie. He's had to go back through various timelines to pick certain characters up.
Yeah, and the only reason they're in those timelines is because Gil, who's traveling through time, has saved all of them at their point of death and dropped them in different times throughout history for Finn to then pick them up later in the movie.
To bring them all back together by the end, which perfect. But at this point, he's picked up April from like part 2, and Finn's like got this weird sexual attachment to this robot sex doll head. And it's fucking brilliant, man. I really liked it. I was like, yeah, all right. And you can see on Finn's face, he's like, yeah, look, I know this is weird. Now you're here, but you haven't been here.
You haven't been here, and I can carry this head in a bag, and it will be my friend whenever I want it to be. Your head went to the same place mine did, you bad man.
Hey, she's got a reset button somewhere. But yeah, I like this, and I like that April then took the head. He's like, do you know what? I'll keep hold of this for now.
Yeah, this is now the April head's like, no, I go in the bag. I'm Finn's head. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's nuts, man. And then later on, when they use it, I can't remember which timeline they're in. They're on the back of a boat or something, and they just pull it out, laser beaming everybody with it.
That's when Nova, they're meant to go to 1996, and instead Nova takes them to like whatever year it is that her grandfather died, and they try and save her grandfather on the boat. And you've got the most ridiculous Titanic mockery of the captain who's like, no, I will not deviate course. No. And they're like trying to yank him. And the sharks in that scene are like chasing down the boat because they want to eat the grandfather for no reason whatsoever.
Destiny. That's all that is. But I do like this. This is what I was saying. Like the conversation between Finn and Nova, because she does this multiple times throughout this. In the medieval time, not medieval, in the invasion of the British times, she meets someone who's like a great ancestor, and she gives him a note, which Finn rips up, which ends up sellotape back together on the boat that her grandfather's on. He's like, oh, it's an old family heirloom of ours, rah, rah, rah. Don't know what it means, even though the letter clearly reads, do not go on the boat.
Do not go on the boat on this date because you get eaten by a shark. And he's on the boat on that date reading the letter.
At that time, reading that note to the person who wrote it. I was like, fuck off. But I like the whole conversation with Finn, and Finn's like, look, Nova, you can't do this. Like, if he doesn't die, you never become the person you are, because you don't have the personal vendetta against the sharks. You never, because she had like that fucking all-female shark fighting group in one of the movies, didn't she?
Yeah, what were they called? Sisters of Shark or something?
Shifters of Sharkhood or something like that. And he's like, that'll never be formed. You'll never save me. We'll never get to this point. And he's like, everything will change from this moment. And then they have the whole argument as Finn's trying to stop her from doing it. And then Nova crashes a boat herself. And it turns out she's the whole reason he died in the first place from time travel. I'm like, bum, 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 time travel paradox. And then I started scratching my head and being like, don't do this to yourself because you'll just give yourself a headache.
This is one of the movies that they jump about so much. If you try and make sense of it, your head's just going to go.
Yeah. See, I really like time travel movies from that perspective where it's like, well, if you go back and do that, and then they go back and do that, and then this, and this, and then that will never happen if you do that. Like, I like those head scratchy kind of movies. Like the Butterfly Effect is a really, really good example of that. I love
Really
the
cool
Butterfly
movie.
Effect.
Yeah.
And I feel like this very much echoes that. And I'm really surprised by how well it does. No, that's my point. Like, I was really surprised at how well it did do it because I'm like, I'm at Sharknado 6 right now, and I'm genuinely intrigued at how well the writing is being handled here.
The time travel side of the writing is written fairly well. However, you could take the time travel like thought process that they've used and literally go, oh, look, it's exactly the time principle they use in Back to the Future. The only difference here is they've got no fading photographs. It's very much the same method they use in Back to the Future, which is also riddled with fucking issues if you dig too deep into it.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, most time travel movies are as science grows and moves forward. But yeah, I don't know. I don't begrudge it. I didn't dislike it. And again, this whole Nova thing was one of my favorite subplots in the movie, and I liked how it became full circle. It was one of the most annoying elements building up to it, but by the time we got there, I was like, yes, this is good. Now I get it.
Yeah, I got it. I understood it all. It was just, it's so dumb. Like, this movie is dumb on another level dumb. And we're there now. We're going to talk about Planet of the Aprils, where they they wake up in the future. What the fuck is that mechanical shark?
So this was cool, right? So the Nova, right? Let's just give context. The Nova boat crashes, but the grandpa didn't die.
No, he didn't. And
but Nova died.
Yeah.
And real April died.
Yeah.
And then robotic April's head fell to the bottom of the ocean.
Yes.
So then him and what's her name?
The other lady traveling with them, who they picked up in the Wild West world, who was from Sharknado 2, died on the rooftop.
She died on the rooftop. Yes, she did. The New York lady.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
New York
it's
lady.
irrelevant. The New York lady and him survive, and they do this really fucking awesome time jump, like the best time jump in the movie. He like spears the shark, and then the shark zooms off. And it's like the shark goes that fast, dragging them both attached to this bit of string that they time jump. And then this is where we get to Planet of the Aprils. And my God, was this fucking amazing.
The mechanical shark, I was like, okay, there's a flying steel shark that is so badly done. I get this.
But Finn seems to think they've evolved from normal sharks. It's like, this must be how sharks have evolved in the future. I'm like, no, they don't evolve to the point of being robotic. Nothing evolves to the point of being robotic, Finn.
The thing is, he does it with such conviction. He's like, well, this is what 20,000 years of evolution will do to a shark. The fact they've been evolving for millions of years and that they are what we have now. So fucking ridiculous. It made me laugh a lot, though.
They don't make Meccano sharks after a few thousand years, man. It doesn't work like that. But I did like it. I thought it looked cool. And then the Aprils turn up, and it was the best thing about this entire movie because Tara Reid is a terrible actress. I've said that on every single episode of the Sharknado franchise. Yep. She is dreadful. And the fact that she plays 50 different versions of herself in this end scene is fucking comedic brilliance because she cannot act for shit. And every time she jumps from behind a podium with a gun, pretending to be a different version of herself, of Stormtrooper self, it's fucking awesome. And as well, I love how when they have scenes where there's multiple Aprils in the background, they're all faded, but you can tell that every single one of them is not Tara Reid.
Yeah.
Apart from the one that's right at the front of the crowd. They're all
Yeah,
just
'cause-
load of different cast members in blonde wigs. I'm like, you're about 2'2" short. You're about 3'2" wide. I'm like, clearly this is just a load of extras.
yeah, and it's so silly. And like this whole scene where they get them and they sort of keep them captive. And
Yeah.
then like you hear like lightning and there's like epic music and they're like, what's that? They're like, the Queen is here. And she arrives and she's wearing like a 2 pound tiara from like
Yeah.
it looks like something they picked up in a charity shop.
Yeah,
And she's
it's
like,
dreadful. And she got them fucking weird silver leather pants on and stuff. She's just weird, man. Like, I don't like to judge people's figures in any situation, but she has like the worst posture I've ever seen. And everything is just so flat. And it's like, what happened to you? Because you were like the prom queen in fucking American Pie, and your mind just fell out of your ankles, and this is what you became. Do you know what I mean, though, man? You're fucking singing on a motorcycle in a car garage with fucking Jedward. You're clearly not very well. She's been Britney Spears for the past 10 years, man. Someone's just held her captive and occasionally lets her out to do a Sharknado movie. I feel like we should have help for Tara Reid somewhere.
free Tara Reid.
Yeah, free Tara Reid, man. Send help because she clearly fucking needs it.
The thing is that she's got this whole big spiel about how the head was dropped to the bottom of the ocean and she laid there for
Like the
100
lady
years.
from the end of Titanic dropping the necklace off the side of the boat. I'm like, oh, damn.
And then she's like, and then over time, I gradually took over the world until I knew that you would eventually time jump here because I made it happen. And now
Yeah.
you're here. We can be together. And I've cloned all of your family who've died throughout the entire franchise. We can all
'cause
be
she kept showing
together.
them up. And like, so like Finn had another daughter, which I didn't remember. I
No.
briefly remember his son dying. He was like the army guy, wasn't he? He was like
Yeah.
in the military or something. He died in like part 3 or 4, I think. I vaguely remember him, but I don't know if any of these people are played by the same cast and they're just older.
I couldn't tell you. I didn't remember anyone from this lineup of Finn's family that he really, really loved. I'm like, who are
No,
you?
I was like,
Who
you
are
have a daughter and another son? Oh, I remember your other son because he was cool. He did some really cool shit. I remember him parachuting out of a plane in one of the movies, which was fucking awesome. That might have even been the Pirates of the Caribbean startup in one.
I was going to say that's the one where it starts with them riding a giant pirate ship down Las Vegas Boulevard.
Yes, that movie's good. Which one's that?
I want to say 4.
No, that movie's not good then.
No, I think it had a great opening and we were really hyped.
Yeah,
and then
we were,
after that, we just went,
yeah.
"Oh."
Yeah, I remember. I mean, it's like this movie's gonna be awesome, and then yeah, it was fucking shit. Yeah, but that opening was cool, and he was on the parachute. But I don't remember him having a daughter.
No, unless she died in the very first one, maybe in the house.
Yes, she did on the staircase.
Yeah. So yeah, I do vaguely remember her. Then what in the fucking Sleeping Beauty bullshit?
And it's not even the same woman. It's not even the same April. This is like DNA cloned April. And I'm like,
Yeah.
the logic behind this as well. So this robot alien head has been at the bottom of the ocean for like 10,000 years, she said, before someone found her. And he's like, I knew we had to continue on. So we cloned April. I'm like, she is no more. You are not finding April's DNA to clone her. You're ahead, and she got eaten by a shark.
Yeah, it was something stupid like we found her DNA on the bottom of the ocean and I like licked it up and that's how we done it.
Like, what the fuck? And he even said to Finn, it's like, we don't need you, Finn. I just need your DNA. And it's said by Tara Reid, which has no impact whatsoever when she says it. But the fight sequence that outbreaks now is mega.
Is Finn going for they've got all of these various different weapons like in these magical force fields, and all the way through this ridiculously long monologue by Tara Reid, Finn's just like, every time you look at him, he's not paying attention at all. He's like, chainsaw in green glove.
Drooling like Homer Simpson over Duff beer.
Chainsaw. And then when he gets it's just chaos.
Yeah, and I love it when he grabs the chainsaw and he takes a swing for her. And it like dings off, and she's like, titanium. I'm like, no, it's fucking pleather. It's not titanium. But the fight sequence when Sleeping Beauty wakes up due to the malfunction of the machine is epic. We have like a full-on like Matrix Keanu Reeves versus Agent Smith fight scene with Tara Reid versus Tara Reid. And it was magical. It was one of the best things in the movie. I loved it for all its fucking hilarious failings, because it was clearly not Tara Reid doing any of the stunts apart from the close-up. It was just two different stunt actors fighting each other.
Yeah,
in blonde wigs.
It was two very gifted martial artists going at it, and then there's a bit where they like whip their hair around, and there's a close-up of Tara Reid. She's like,
yeah, it's fucking awesome. And do you know what the thing is? The most bizarre thing about this whole experience with these movies is I just don't know when they're taking the piss out of the cast and the movie itself, or whether they're genuinely thinking they're making something good.
I think at this point they know they're not, and they've reached a point now where, like I said to you in a message, this is the movie where they've gone, fuck it, put it in. And someone's gone, no, we can't. And they go, it's the last one.
Yeah.
It gives me the same sort of vibes as Ricky Gervais the last time he'd done the Golden Globes. There's someone on this set going, fuck it, we're not doing it again. Just do it. Just put it in. Do it. Who cares? Fuck it.
And again, they reference that later on in the massive giant tornado that Finn's swimming around in when he gets hit in the head with the kitchen sink, as if to say, here's everything and the kitchen sink.
that broke me, the kitchen sink, like around the side of the head.
I was in bits, man. I was in absolute bits when it hit him, and he was like, oh, fuck. I'm like, yes, of course. And it was the most self-aware thing I'd seen in the entire movie. And I was like, right, I kind of get where you're going now. But yeah, there's just so many moments in this movie. And I think everybody else, what makes it worse is that everybody else, including Finn at this point as well, I think he's very much aware of the typecasting he's now received, and he leans heavily into it.
Yeah.
But I don't think Tara Reid knows.
No, she thinks.
I don't think she knows what she's doing. I think she thinks she's onto a good gig.
She thinks this is going for awards.
Yeah, she does, man. She does. She's trying her best, and I just wonder how spaced out she is in between takes, that nobody's actually pulled her aside and said, "Listen, you do realize this is all just a big piss take."
The thing is, like, this movie ends the same way the first movie began. And I quite liked that full circle moment. Back to the bar. You messaged me, why the fuck is buttered sausage here?
I don't remember him from the first movie.
Yeah, he was in the first movie as a drunk man sat at the bar, because we laughed a lot going, that's the perfect casting for a drunk bum sat at the bar.
Yes. It was nice to see Home Alone Dad back again, because I remember him vividly from the first movie. I just don't remember the dynamics from the first movie, because I thought Finn and April were separated and Finn was just washed up in the bar. And I know it's different now because the timeline's being affected, but like, it's so bizarre that you get to this point, they're in the bar, Finn, April, happily together, all the kids are back, buttered sausage is back, Home Alone Dad's back, Finn's closing the bar, and then April's pregnant with Gil. And I'm like, this is the butterfly effect, but I don't understand it. Like, where is Gil?
Gil's, I can't work out how it worked, if that makes sense.
No, because for me, they did it back to front. Because every time they went back in time, Gil should have got younger.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He got older throughout each time jump, which was why I was so like, this doesn't make sense at this point. Had they had him getting younger and younger every time they got closer to him throughout the movie, and then at the end he was pregnant utero, I'd have been like, yeah, that makes sense. But it didn't.
Yeah. No, he got, because the thing is, it changed as well, because he was growing up as they were going through the timeline. So like, he's a little kid in one, then the next one, he's like, when he's in the Wild West and he's fucking around with Billy the Kid, he's like 20.
In his 20s, yeah. And then he's a surfer dude on the beach where you get Tori Spelling, who has the weirdest fucking face I've ever seen in my life, by the way.
The whole Tori Spelling bit was just fucking weird. And the Yeah, it just wasn't good, and I don't understand why they decided to do it that way. Why they done that, I don't get it.
No, no. And then she had like the weird crushy thing on her son, like from Back to the Future. And I was like, this is very icky. And she's really icky to look at. I don't know what she's done to her face, but she looks like something from Bo Selector. I'm like, why do people do this to themselves?
Bo Select.
She does, man. She does. It's weird. It's weird. It was freaking me out. I was like, you look like the Toxic Avenger at this point. Like, stop injecting stuff into your face. But yeah. Anyway, I digress. He had like he was like a weird old surfer dude, Gil, at that point, and I'm like, so he's getting older and older as we're going. We're gonna get right to the very end, and it's gonna be like old man Gil passing down all his wisdom he's had over all of the years of time traveling to bring everybody together, and he dies being like the sacrifice, like, I did all this for you, Dad. But yeah, though, he's in utero and he's like a little tiny fetus. I'm like, you've done that the wrong way around, guys.
Yeah, they genuinely did mess this up, and it's just a weird movie. I don't know what else to say about it apart from it's just fucking bizarre.
So we've pretty much wrapped up our run through the movie anyway. The credit sequence at the end is literally like
what credit sequence?
And the thing is, like, they give like I kind of like my eyes were in a fucking state of like seizure watching it. But they break down each individual timeline with their own credit list of cast members and set producers. It's like New York, Western, Old England, rah, rah, rah. But it flies by at about 8 seconds, literally. And I'm like, oh, they must be doing it to keep people stuck around. So then they do like a post-credit sequence thing. No, just ended. Literally just an 8-second credit reel, and then that was it. And I was like, why?
Yeah, see, I honestly thought it was going to be I was waiting for I hung around for the 6 seconds that it ran for to get a post-credit scene.
It was one of those things. Yeah, it was one of the things where it's going so fast. So, like, look, nobody's sticking around for a credit sequence. So let's just blitz through the credit reel, and then they'll have to see it because it's there anyway. And then nothing came.
Yeah, that's kind of exactly the vibe I got from it. And I just don't understand why they done it. It was literally like Finn gives his big, oh, and that's it. Everyone's so happy. I'm going to give the bar to you and everyone's going to live happily ever after. Okay, thank you. Good night. And it's like the end. Like, it doesn't even slow down to say the end. It just comes up with
Finn. It says Finn.
Finn. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say on this. Would you like to do your recommended account of the week?
Yes.
Would you like an audio clip for it?
I would indeed, because I am nowhere near ready.
Well, let's go for this one.
I can change the future.
So this week's recommended account is It's Just Cinema on Instagram. The reason I picked this account this week is they're doing a really cool thing at the moment where they're running through the most terrifying animated movies of the 90s, and they're showing like reels every other day or every day of hidden gems of really terrifying movies that have come out in the 90s, and quite a lot of them are like children's movies that I remember from a kid, and going back I'm like, actually, in context, yeah, that's a really fucking twisted movie. They'd obviously do other things like this, but it's this particular run of segments that they're doing at the moment that really caught my attention, that I thought all of you guys would like. So that's why that's this week's recommended account of the week, and that is It's Just Cinema over on Instagram. As always, give them a like, give them a follow, and let them know the You Run podcast sent you there.
In a complete change to what we normally do in our ads, we are not advertising anyone in the You Run podcast network, and the rest of the network aren't advertising anyone else who's in the network. Instead, we've all chosen a creator or a person who lives in our lives or our community that we wanted to support. And here on Horror Movie Review, we chose BP on the Let's Talk Horror channel. BP is one of the most, if not the most genuine person I have ever met. He wears his heart on his sleeve and reviews horror movies in exactly the same way. He is so authentic and so cool. He gives production facts, he gives deep dives into horror, and he really does it from the heart, which is so rare from a podcaster. And he's awesome, and so is his show. So that's Let's Talk Horror channel. You'll find them on all the socials, and you'll find them on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and everywhere else. So Go and give BP the flowers he deserves. Go and support the Let's Talk Horror channel, and do that now. You can do it. You can pause this and go and do that. And while you do that, we're going to go back to the show.
Hello.
Hello, you there?
I have no idea what's happening, dude.
Anyone who's listening, we're having some serious technical issues tonight. This is
My
the second. Are you back?
I'm back. The mic's back. The headphones are back. Everything just went weird. The computer completely froze. But I'm here.
We have had some horrific technical issues tonight. We've had to stop recording midway through. We've had things going wrong, and it's all because we're in the new studio and it's glitchy.
Right, I'm back. Everything's fine. We'll pretend like that never even happened. Thanks, Scott.
Yeah. Like I said, like we really are giving the listeners who've joined us in October and gone, do you know what? They're pretty fucking, they got their shit together. I like this podcast. We now have just done that thing in a relationship where we've started walking around in underwear with holes in it and like scratching our ass and sniffing our fingers. We have become that show. Go and follow Mark's recommended account. Also, go and check out the Let's Talk Horror channel and go to yourunpodcast.com and check out all of the shows of the network as well. There's so much entertainment out there. Just do something nice for someone today and go and support their show. Also, go and check out our socials. We're at You Run Podcast everywhere. On Instagram, you'll also find Mark. He's at VHS from the Crypt, where he shares incredible collection of 1900s technology and reviews from the crypt, where you can hear his thoughts on a whole host of other movies. Also, if you want to support us on Patreon, which after this episode, fuck, we're going to get cancellations. I know about new people joining us. Patreon.com/You Run Podcast, where you can get a whole host of tiers, extra shows, early access. Like there's loads and loads of stuff on there. There's a free tier as well where you can join. You also get free episodes and exclusives on that tier. So it is worth signing up just for free. Also do the stuff that supports us that is free, that everyone can do. Share the show with a friend. Like, do nice stuff. I'm losing the plot. Like, review us, Apple, Spotify. I'll tell you what, just do nice stuff to help us grow. Fucking hell. Let's do some facts.
Look here. Look, listen.
Honestly, I apologize. When Finn travels to the future, he says, I wonder what Deadpool movie we're on. Did you get the reference?
No.
I did, and I fucking died laughing. So in Deadpool, when Cable's there and they travel through time in Deadpool 2, Deadpool has two questions. He's like, oh, you're from the future. I have two questions for you. Is dubstep still a thing? And what Sharknado movie are we on?
Ah, that's cool. No, I didn't. I caught the Frodo one early on in the medieval thing. That was brilliant.
Yeah, I forgot he called him Frodo as he like scurried off, and then later on he's like, "I'm sorry, Frodo."
Yeah, I like that a lot. But no, I didn't get the Deadpool reference. That's cool though.
They missed a trick though by not saying for Frodo as they travelled through time.
Yes, they definitely did.
So when Skye shoots one of the sharks in the Old West, she goes, one shark, two shark, red shark, blue shark. And this is a reference to Dr. Seuss.
Red fish, blue fish, green fish, what is it? Red
one
fish,
fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
There we go.
Yeah.
We're doing green eggs and ham at the moment, and it's fucking brilliant.
Sam I Am.
And have you seen the Netflix TV series? The cartoon one?
No.
It's got Keenan and Peele, but the Keenan, he's the narrator of it. It's a cartoon series, and it's Sam I Am and the guy who doesn't like green eggs and ham, and they go on this journey because there's a chickaraffe, which is half chicken, half giraffe. It's been robbed from the zoo by Sam I Am, and then like there's a bad guys coming after him, but like the narrator Keenan, he talks like Dr. Seuss, but like in a more modern day way, and incorporate. It's like my daughter, because we were reading Green Eggs and Ham, I saw it pop up on Netflix. I was like, oh, we'll check this out. I don't think I'm going to enjoy it. It's like 2 seasons long at this point. It's got who's the dude for Michael Douglas is a voice in it, and
really?
Honestly, it's like a proper all-star pack. It's like produced by Ellen DeGeneres. it's fucking mega, dude. Because it's like aimed at adults for who get the jokes,
Yeah.
but it's also a children's TV show. We're like season 1 deep now, and I'm honestly, I couldn't recommend it more to you if I tried. If you like sit down with Ocean and watch Green Eggs and Ham on Netflix, I can guarantee when she goes to bed, you'll still sat there watching episodes on your own. It's so good.
Right. Okay. Right. I'll report back because I will.
Yeah. Honestly, dude, it comes on the highest of recommendations. It's just one of those proper free and easy watching shows. And when they crack the adult jokes that the kids aren't going to get, it reminds you of that time period in like the 90s and stuff where you had like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and there's a lot of adult jokes and things in there, even though you're watching a children's movie. It's like that, but better.
Okay. No, I'll check it out and I'll report back once I've watched it. Did you notice the sign in the Old West on the wall? Because I spotted this and I laughed
Doc
my
Brown's
ass
Drinks
off.
and Alcohol.
Yeah, which is a reference to Doc Brown from Back to the Future. The beach band in Santa Monica, the ones who are like playing on the beach, that's Quint. They're the ones who created the Ballad of Sharknado and the entire soundtrack for the entire franchise.
Go Sharknado.
There's a weird version of it in this, which is awful.
It's dreadful. Absolutely dreadful.
Nova faces a shark and tells it, "My name is Nova Shark. My name is Nova Clark. You killed my grandmother. Prepare to die," which is a parody from The Princess's Bride, where she's like, "You kill." It's that. It's like it's so bad. The future pod is a reference to Sleeping Beauty, confirmed by the director. They asked David Hasselhoff to come back as Finn's
What
father.
happened to him? Did he ended up on the moon? Did he not?
He did. David Hasselhoff released a statement. "I did not want to return to the Sharknado franchise because in my long career, this is the biggest mistake I've ever made."
Fuck off. He was in like 6 of them.
He was only 1. He was in 3.
He was April's. Who was April's dad?
April's dad was someone else. He was Finn Shepard's dad when they go to space at the end of 3 and we get chainsaw.
Right. Tori Spelling and the guy who looks like David Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's a younger version. Right. That makes more sense to me now. Because by the time they introduced him, I was like, I'm sure we've met Finn's parents already.
Yeah, and it made me laugh when I read that he said this is the biggest mistake he's made in his entire career. This is coming from a man who pissed himself on a talk show because he was drunk, laughed about it, and continued the interview.
And also got rode by SpongeBob and Patrick.
Yeah, and this is his low point.
SpongeBob movie. Yeah.
When they are with Tori Spelling, there's a line in there where she's like, "You look familiar. Did we go to high school together?" And Finn goes, "I think I'd remember that." Both of them appeared as Donna and Steve in Beverly Hills 90210 in high school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
When Sky gets frozen, it's deliberately made to look like Han Solo and Carbonite.
Yeah, brilliant. I like that. I did like the Star Wars reference for that.
Yeah, like, this movie's full of shit like that, and it's dreadful. Let's be honest, it's really bad.
Yeah, it's absolutely awful. That was absolutely awful, but I loved it because it was hilarious. It was hilarious how bad it was.
We have some voicemail, so let's dive into some of them.
Hey guys, so just listening to House of a Thousand Corpses. Really interesting to hear your varying positions. Now this is a message I thought and hoped I'd never actually have to send. And Mark, we've established over time you have some truly terrible takes and opinions. And with this one, I gotta say, you've got it absolutely spot on.
No,
kind of knew
it
that's
is
where it was
absolutely
going.
Genius. Rob Zombie is a genius. It is absolutely fantastic. And you really do not deserve to have such a trusted friend betray you in such an evil, villainous way. So today, I am fully in your camp and support of you. Later.
You see, the thing is, I'm always right. And as much as it pains a lot of you to admit it, I'm always right. My horror tastes are flawless. I find myself superior to the majority of you listening. Just know that as this episode runs.
Do you know, that's my favourite quality about you. It's your modesty.
No, in all fairness, I do feel like you've massively jumped the fucking shark with your opinion on that film. And I get it, horror subjective. You like what you like. And I know there's a lot of people that really dislike that movie. But I think if you're a true horror fan and you appreciate the raw creativity of an artist, I struggle to digest somebody who doesn't like House of a Thousand Corpses.
Okay, well, you can continue to struggle. I will rewatch it and I will report back. I'm planning on doing it at the end of October as part of my Halloween marathon. And if it ruins my Halloween, I'm blaming you. We also riled up someone else with House of a Thousand Corpses.
Hey guys, I know it's late for you guys. I just realized that it's like 9:45ish there. But anyway, I just want to say that I'm listening to the House of 1,000 Corpses. And I swear to God, if I hear Mark gloat about that fucking Sherry Moon fucking zombie again, I'm gonna lose my shit. Mark, come on now. She is not attractive. I don't get the appeal. Your wife is gorgeous. And, Sherry Moon Zombie looks like fucking a bologna sandwich. Or, she looks so skanky and trashy. Come on. Or maybe, is that what you like? Is your wife a cover-up? Anyways, I'm just saying. And Scott, I know you on the same page as me. You don't like her. And all she does that whole fucking movie is... Oh, my God. I would rather literally just be buried under all the 1,000 corpses. Okay, that's all I have to say. I'm going to finish listening. Bye!
Really makes me laugh when Heather sends in voice notes before she's listened to the entirety of the episode. Because she hasn't heard what you had to say yet.
No, not about Sherry Moon Zombie. Funnily enough, she called back because of that exact reason. We've got a few from Heather, so we'll do the next one.
Okay, I'm going to come at both of y'all one more time. Should you even be hosting a horror podcast if you don't know who the fuck Karen Black is? Get your shit together. It's Karen Black. Have you ever seen Trilogy of Terror? You know, the little weird doll thing or whatever. It's like 1972, 4, something like that. It's Karen Black, dude. She's in a ton of shit. A ton. Get your shit right. Do your facts before you say shit. Come on. Okay, bye.
So in my defense in that, I have seen Trilogy of Terror, and then when Heather sent that voice note in, it highlighted which particular scene she was referencing with Karen Black at the end in the bedroom and stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, that's her. But I feel like to jump in defense of Karen Black is a ludicrous thing to do. Because although I said in the moment, I was like, I'm sure she's fairly famous and she's been in a few shit. She's been in a lot of dog shit. It's not like we're forgetting Linda Blair. Or
well, she has been in a lot of dog shit. She was in House of a Thousand Corpses for a fucking
start. No, but this is like our kids having a podcast in 20, 30 years time. And they're doing an episode that the actor who plays fucking Finn Shepard turns up in. And some lunatic calling in and being like, how do you not know who that is? He was in Sharknado 12. And that is Karen Black.
The thing is, that it would be you or me making that call.
Yes, it would be us making that call. But that's my point. It's we haven't forgot iconic horror characters. And I did make it very clear that I knew she'd been in some stuff and she was famous for her work in horror. I just couldn't quite pinpoint her at the time. She doesn't deserve the defense, I'm afraid, Heather. She's great and I liked her in Houses. But I went back and checked her Wikipedia after that voice note. Yeah, man. I don't know if it was warranted to come in your knight in shining armor uniform to defend Karen Black, really.
Okay, Scott, it's your fucking turn now. I thought you didn't like this movie, and then I hear you gloat about how, oh, Sherry Moon Zombie, she's so hot. She is not hot. Bro, get you a new prescription. She's not ugly, and I'm not one to judge. I'm not trying to, well, I am judging, but it's not because of me. It's just the fact that she looks like the Wish version of Christina Aguilera, or Temu version. Come on now. Y'all get your shit together. And she ain't got no ass. It's like a fucking pancake back there with a slit in it. Y'all had too much beans on toast and too much fucking high tea. Get your shit together, Scott. She cannot act. The only movie I will somewhat agree with you is, yeah, she was fine in Rob Zombie's Halloween. Other than that, get the fuck out of my face. Okay, bye.
I'm going to stick with my defense for Sherry Moon Zombie. I think she is a terrible actress, but I really like her in House of a Thousand Corpses. I really like her in the Halloween movies. I've seen every zombie movie so far. She's dreadful.
Hot.
She's dreadful in 31. That is like the worst I've seen her. In fact, I'm lying. I still have to see Lords of Salem.
I like Lords of Salem.
That's the one Rob Zombie movie that I am yet to see. But that's because I'm not a witch guy, which is why I've deterred from it so much. But do you know what? That might be my Halloween watch of this year. I might do that for I know I'm talking in the past and the present now because we're recording this at the back end of October. We haven't hit Halloween yet. But I think that will be my Halloween night watch. I'll do Lords of Salem this year. However, the point of the conversation is Sherry Moon Zombie is very attractive, especially young Sherry Moon Zombie here. I know she looks a lot older nowadays. And again, I don't want to be prejudiced towards older women. That's not my thing. But I'm just saying, like, when I think she's in her prime in A House of a Thousand Corpses. There's not many movies where I would go through and gloat about her the way I did when we reviewed House of a Thousand Corpses. But it was because she was so naturally attractive in that movie that I felt it was worth highlighting, of saying, she gets a lot of shit on this show, but here she looks fantastic and she does a really good job.
Yeah, and I agree with you. And also to fuck with the time paradox even more for a time movie, we're recording this in the middle of October before Halloween. This goes out in November after Halloween.
Yes. Which was why I kind of stumbled my words just then, thinking, shit, I should have said that.
and the reason we're doing that is because I'm going on holiday for a week.
And I'm going away. And then Halloween's on a Friday as well this year. So we made the executive decision to not record on the Friday. Not because there wouldn't be anything more enjoyable than sitting in here on Halloween night talking about horror movies. But I like to watch Halloween movies on Halloween. So
and I like to sit there, watch horror movies, do trick or treat, get trick or treaters at the door. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
That kind of shit. My kids are a bit older now, so they'll be up later. And it'll be, I don't want to have that magical night rushed to get in here and do a recording session. As cool as it would be to light a shitload of candles and talk horror movies in here on a Friday night, but yeah, Halloween night, man. I love Halloween night. I think it's the best night of the year. I get so giddy about it throughout the day. I like going out and buying the sweets and stuff for the kids, and I love all the kids coming around in all their awesome costumes. My daughter gets so giddy and excited. We don't do the trick-or-treating thing. I'm not particularly a big encourager of it. I don't like knocking on doors and begging for sweets and stuff, but we have I take her to down our street. There's 2 or 3 houses that go really wild. They do all the garden up. They have all the lights glowing on the night, and she'll go do those houses. But in Britain, man, it's weird because we have when I was a kid, especially, we used to traipse.
Miles.
Do you know what? I'm not even going to do that because after this, we're recording the Patreon episode. It's our Halloween special. I don't want to repeat conversations. If you want to hear more about Halloween, go check out our Halloween Patreon episode, which will be available to you now in the middle of November.
Yeah, it will. We got one more message and then we're going to rock into some other bits.
Okay, so I have a rendition of Dragula for you guys, and it's dig through the ditches and burn through the witches, and why the fuck do you like Sherry Moon? Okay, anyways, why do y'all like Sherry Moon? Okay, bye. Love y'all, though.
Major beef. Major shit. She needs to let it go, man.
Sherry Moon. I think we need to sit Heather and Sherry Moon in a room and just let them thrash out their differences.
The thing is, she digs a rod for her own back, does Heather, because now for the next sort of foreseeable, all I'm going to do is send her pictures of Sherry Moon Zombie. That's all I'm going to do. Every free time I have, I'm just going to go on Instagram or on Google, and I'm just going to send her links and photos of Sherry Moon Zombie for the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Sounds like a plan. Let's do caption this. We put out this image, and that image says everything you possibly need to know about this Sharknado movie.
It looks like it's filmed in a car park.
It genuinely does. One enthusiastic horror fan official went with still better than Jersey Shore Shark Attack. And I then had to go and look at what that was. Man, that's getting polled next year. That's dreadful. Like, that makes this look like the best movie ever made. Dad's Got Steel went with a dig at us. Honey, we shrunk our ratings. And yes, we definitely have with this episode. Not just the fact that the movie, but the fact the episode's been an absolute calamity from start to finish with technical
It has,
issues.
but it makes sense, and it's very fitting for the movie, to be honest with you.
It genuinely is. Dissect That Film Pod picked up on the 90210 reference and went fighting sharks in the 90210, which I thought was cool. Bloody Babble. How many people does it take to tickle my pickle?
You're not that
6.
big, mate.
Maybe they are. And finally, Where's Paul Photo went with one that's kind of fitting, kind of a farewell to the Sharknado franchise, which is why I chose it. To the chums we've lost and who truly bled for our friendship, goodbye.
Oh,
Yeah.
I liked Finn's speech at the end of this movie. That was very fitting. I liked it. I can't remember fuck all about it right now, but
Yeah, it was
cool.
it was we've lost some people, but we're all back now. We've had some rough times, but it's fine because we're all alive now.
And this is the thing with the ending of this movie. I don't know if they remember.
No idea.
It gives no context to like the state of where they're at. It's like it's almost as if like the timeline's being reset and nothing ever happened. And it's not like Finn even mentions the shit that they've endured over the past 6 years, 7 years, however long this franchise has been running for.
No, it's just weird. We're going to do our quiz.
Make it stop! Oh, make it stop!
5 audio clips are going to be played to you. Name all 5 audio clips. If you're not a Patreon member, you get a full Patreon subscription for an entire year for free. If you are a Patreon member, you get a custom video of your desire, whatever that may be. Quite a few of these have been got now. We're waiting on 2, number 4 and number 2. So I'm going to play the clip, and then after I played the clip, I'm going to play a guess that we've had and see if we can finally put this quiz to bed.
Please.
So here is the clip.
Trick or treat.
What have you done?
Eat shit!
Move! Give me a break.
So that's the clip. This is Becky's guess.
Okay, I'm going to have a guess at this bloody quiz that's driving me crazy. So 1, Halloween Resurrection. 2, I'm going to go with Hellraiser from your clues on today's episode. But I don't think it's him. 3, Sleepaway Camp. 4, X. And 5, Evil Dead 2013.
Becky has got 4 out of 5.
Yep. And I know now, I know all of them.
You do, because you caved and begged me to tell you.
I had to know because it was just fucking driving me up the wall to the point where I'm like, I need to know now. This is annoying me. Probably the same way it is the listeners, yet none of you have got it. In fact, if it's not got next week, I'm telling someone the answer.
Well, the thing is, by the time this episode goes out, by the time this airs, there is a reel on our Instagram that contains the audio clip for number 2. Everyone will have seen it. The same as I did with number 4, the audio clip for number 4 was on our Instagram for 3 weeks before anyone went, oh shit, that's the clip from the thingy. It was literally there. I was expecting someone to like message me straight away going, oh, got it, got the clip. And people were commenting on it who've been guessing in the quiz and didn't twig.
Didn't put it together.
No. So fingers crossed someone's going to get it in the next week or so. And here's the clip one more time for those of you playing along at home.
Trick or treat.
What have you done?
Eat shit!
Move! Give me a break.
I'm going to round this one up first. This franchise has been a wild ride, and honestly, this episode feels a fitting end for it. It's been a fucking calamity from start to finish, with some funny moments and lots of bits that don't make sense and lots of bits that aren't edited together very well. Like everything in this movie is bad. The acting is bad. The effects is bad. The plot is bad. The set design, the production quality, like the script. Look, the script, honest to God, I reckon if I said to my kids, you got 10 minutes to write me a script that includes time travel and a shark tornado, they would produce a better, more coherent script than what we have here.
Yeah.
The film is so bad, it puts AI drafted scripts and AI created movies in potentially a good light. But I enjoyed it. I genuinely had a lot of fun with this. I will not recommend this to anyone. Like, if you're listening, you go, that sounds like fun. It's not. It's really bad unless you're willing. Yeah, unless you're willing to commit to Sharknado 1 through 5 before you watch this. This is absolute dog shit.
Do you know what the thing is as well, though, man? I don't even think it's even about that. I just think it's because of the journey we've experienced with it. I think if you strip all of that away and I was sat watching these movies on my own, I don't think I would have made it this far.
You would, because you're a completionist.
I would, because I'm a completionist. But say, for instance, I wasn't a completionist and we weren't doing this journey together and we hadn't had the memories that come with it and the banter and the back and forth and the rallying with the listeners in order for us to get to this point, I think both of us would have really struggled to make it past part 3.
Yeah, I'm saying that I would have made it past part 3 because part 3 was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm sort of saying like that's our Dream Warriors moment where that's the best of the franchise.
It really is a Dream Warriors moment. It's not the best in the franchise. It's definitely not the worst. And I'm going to score this a 3.5 out of 5. I had fun with it. Goodbye, Sharknado. The end. Over to you.
Yeah. For me, this was a revitalization of my love for this franchise for obvious reasons, as I've just listed there when I interrupted Scott. This was the one movie that reminded me so much of the journey we've been on. When we did part 4 and 5, I felt very downtrodden by this franchise. I'd had enough and I was kind of beaten down by it. But because I knew this was the last one, and it was tying up all those loose ends that had been lingering for so long, I found myself heavily invested in what was happening within the story. There was a lot of nice callbacks to previous events in previous movies and reoccurring cast members, and everybody just seemed to feel like they knew what they were doing here.
Yeah,
barring Tara Reid, obviously.
Didn't even know she was on a film set.
No,
thought this was real.
Hashtag save Tara. I liked my time with this movie. It was a lot of fun, and it was very reminiscent of that Sharknado 2 movie, which, again, I've already mentioned, is the best in the franchise because it just knew what it was. And it wasn't trying to be anything elaborate. It wasn't cashing in on the cameos. As much as there were cameos in this movie, they weren't heavily as influxed as what they have been in previous movies where it was a cameo a minute situation. It just felt more what we liked throughout the early days of the franchise in this movie. I like the way that it all wrapped up nicely to a certain degree, if you can even say that. And I'm kind of in a weird limbo moment with it because as much as I am fucking glad to see the back of this franchise now, I even text you afterwards and I was like, I enjoyed that, but I am fucking glad it's done. You know, and that's very much how I feel. Like, I am very glad that this is over now. It's been a journey, and I've enjoyed 90% of the journey as we've done it. And I'm glad it's gone. But at the same time, I kind of feel sad, man. I kind of feel sad that we haven't got this annual thing to look forward to anymore. And I know we've replaced it with the Wrong Turn franchise, but I feel like that's been a really poor pick from the listeners. It doesn't have the same ridiculous gravitas as what the Sharknado franchise did. I thought we would have done something along the veins of Birdemic or something just really ridiculous like that. But where we've gone with a more grounded Wrong Turn movies.
I know I'm in for that.
Like the whole same way. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for a break from the stupidity. But I do feel like going forward, we are going to have to do a movie like this once a year still. Whether it's Larvantula or Mecha Shark versus Giant Steel Octopus 12, we're going to have to keep coming back to these kind of movies at some way or another. But regards to Sharknado 6, it's a very mixed bag of emotions. I'm glad it's done, but I'm sad to see it go. I'm not going to score it as high as Scott because it really doesn't warrant it. It's a 2 out of 5. I remember there was a time on this show where one of these movies got like full marks from us.
Sharknado 3 got 5 out of 5 from both of us. Perfect movie.
Did it? I don't remember giving Sharknado 3 a 5 out of 5 because I didn't like that movie as much as you did.
Oh no! Or did you give 2
I think
a 5?
I gave 2 a 5, and then you went in with 3 and gave 3 a 5.
Yeah.
Which is wild that this franchise has a 5 out of 5 from either of us. But yeah, man, I think it would be interesting for me now to go back and listen to everything. Do you know, as opposed to listening to these annually, now we've completed it. I'd like to maybe just spend a day at work with my headphones on and listen to us review the Sharknado franchise from 1 to 6. In a day, just listen to all of them back-to-back episodes. Somebody do that. Somebody do that for me, please, and give me your overall opinion on what that sort of run-through is like. Because I won't do it as much as I'd like to. I know for a fact I'm definitely not going to do it.
And when you do Sharknado 2, you need to scroll all the way back through our Instagram 5 years because that was done on a live.
It was done on a live, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Shit. Bruce was there for that, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was
Bruce.
Yeah, that was our. Bruce isn't dead.
Well,
Bruce,
I know. I mean, he is to the show.
He's to the show, but he's not dead. But yeah, Jesus.
We should bring him back. We should do a Sharknado 6 and get Bruce back for it.
I'm not down for that. Anyway, moving on. If you like Mark said he wants to do more of these insane movies, which is really good because Balls to the Walls month is absolutely packed with these. And next week, which will be a much more seamless week because I'll be used to the new setup and I'll have sorted out echoey issues. I'm sure there's echoey issues on this episode. But next week, we're diving into a movie that is arguably worse than the whole Sharknado franchise in Zombievers.
Do you know what's pissed me off about this? Is probably 2 years ago on this show, I went on a big tirade about how this was the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life. And you pulled it like weeks after weeks after weeks, determined to get me to suffer through it again. And you lost every single time. And I was like, ha, 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 fuck you. And then the 1 month, the polls were fucking stacked with some really cool shit. This piece of shit won. I can't believe we got round to it. After just saying how much I'm ready to do more movies like this in the future annually, I think by the end of November, I might be ready to retract that statement.
I think you'll be fully ready to retract that statement and you'll be going, can we please cover some art house horror, please? Is it an A24
I don't think I'll be going that far. But I'll be like, yes, can we do some 90 slashers, please? I need it before I retire.
Before I retire. Well, that's it for this episode. Really sorry about this episode, really. We'll see you next week. So bye.
Cheers, guys. See you next week.
You want to die tonight?
Jokes you tell sets the scene. I hang on every word lost in the screen. Your passion for fear is contagious enough. You make me believe in Mark's overblown roundups. You run podcasts or a movie review, unveiling facts and playing games too. Your words paint pictures of darkness and dread, leaving me grinning long after I fled. You run podcasts, horror movie review, unveiling facts and playing games too. Your words paint pictures
I can change the future.